Welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney with Zigjita. Let's go. Continue. Turnabout Sisters, Day 2. September 7th, 10 a.m. District Court, Courtroom Number 1. The court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin. You may call your first witness. The prosecution calls... Wow, that was a typo. It says Edgeworth. And that was definitely the judge saying that. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir! My name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. The detective in charge of the homicide down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use the floor map of the office to explain. Okay. The body was found by the window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. Well, that seems sexist. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans have been added to the court records. Alright. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene of the... Correct. Can you tell me why? Yes, sir! I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Alright. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant and Miss Maya Wright and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness accounting describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. Okay. The very moment, you say. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination? What? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? My sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony. She would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It works a lot of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give it a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Here we go. I'm gonna turn that up just a bit. I wish I could press. Who did you say got the call from? Hey pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from the customer at the Gatewater Hotel. I love that. Gatewater instead of Watergate. Haha! Right across from the crime scene. Okay, I pressed. Not sure it did much though. Right, please continue. There were two people there already. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime? Right, I'd say about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So, tell us the two people you found on the scene were. Yes, sir. The defendant, Miss Maya, and the lawyer, Phoenix Wright. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With your funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you two sound like suspicious people at a crime scene. Well, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press a little more care. Not really. It don't make any difference. You don't lose any of the, these here. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why is that? What's your reason? Why? We had a witness this... Hold it. Hold on, just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that, me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You did say it. Exactly! What about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss Maya isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any solid proof of the other than she claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have advantages. Yes! Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Okay. Witness testimony. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, a word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Uh-huh. How do you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin the cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify that vital piece of evidence the first time? I don't know. I'm really embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Okay, here we go. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Hold it. And did you find any evidence? Now, don't jump the gun on me, pal. Just listen, I'm getting to the good part. I got a bad feeling about this. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Ho ho! Then who did write it, smarty pants? Who? The killer. The killer, anyone can see that. Ho! You're saying the killer wrote her own name, buddy? Please. She was framed. Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? Ha! I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Arg! Well, Detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found. On it was written the word Maya, clearly written in blood. Do you have proof that it was Maya who wrote that? Of course I do, pal. Uh-oh. He sounded pretty confident. This might not be good. Lab test results showed the blood was the victim's. What kind of tests were these again? Huh? What kind? Well, I hear they take, little bits of blood and, hemoglobin, hermoglobin. I refuse to testify on this matter, sir. I'm no expert on blood tests. Yes, that's quite clear. You may continue with your testimony. Thanks, pal. I mean, Your Honor, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Yeah? I think you can expect a pleasant bonus in your next paycheck. Oh? Ho ho ho. That was a mess. Right! Where was I? Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. On which hand was the bloody finger, Detective? The right hand. She was right-handed. Ha ha ha! Nice try. Uh-oh. I guess it wasn't too hard to see what I was getting at there. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Detective Gumshoe. Do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, it happens all the time in books and movies. This isn't a movie, detective. Oof! Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess I haven't heard of many cases, no. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name, especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal. Stop right there. The witness opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The fact is clear. The victim wrote down a name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order! Order! That didn't go so well. That's right. What he said. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. That was his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. After securing the suspect, I examined... Let's see.